What's going on, boxing fans? It's your host, True Boxing. I'm back with another video. I know I'm a little late, been busy, whatever, but basically, this is going to be my prediction of the May 1st, 2010 Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Shane Mosley fight. What I'm going to try to do real quick is, you know, give insight on how I see the fight going, strengths and weakness, and prediction at the end. What can I say? This is going to be a good mega fight. It's going to be good for the sport. Everybody's waiting on it. You know, some people have been waiting on it, but nonetheless, it's going to happen. Basically, Sugar Shane Mosley, I'll say it now, and I'll always say it again and again. Size will not win him this fight. If he thinks he's going to come in this fight and bully Floyd around and push him around, and he feels that his power alone is going to win him this fight, then he's already lost the fight. Basically, let's start with. I'm gonna continue on with Shane. Shane has a lot of obstacles to overcome. Floyd might be smaller, but he's the more well-rounded fighter, and he's fought the better competition. And I'm gonna touch on that later because I know a lot of people looking like fought the better competition. I'll explain what I mean when I say that. But Floyd's a little bit more well-rounded of a fighter. Shane has a problem with jabs. You can pretty much beat Shane with just a jab. If you got a good jab, you'll beat him. You can outbox him. Don't engage him. Engage him when you want to. He has a problem with adjusting to fighters, and if he does adjust or he starts to make adjustments, it's pretty much already too late. He's already given away too many rounds to win, or he's been, or whatever, but it's too late. But basically, Shane also has another issue with, I noticed this, and if you watch his fight, just go back and pay attention, he gets frustrated easily. If you watch the Cotto fight, Cotto was pretty much beating him for the first 4 or 5 rounds strictly with a jab, strictly, and it was in feints, and it was like he would get frustrated and he would leave himself open for jabs and counters, and to me that's a bad habit. Like Freddie Roach says, he doesn't look for mistakes, he looks for habits, because mistakes can be fixed. That's a bad habit that he has. He also did it. I noticed it in the what was that? The Vernon Forrest fight, and I noticed it in the Winky Wright fight. Whenever he's hit hard with a flush hard shot like a straight right or something, or a jab, he instantly goes into attack mode and just starts to swing. And if you're a counter puncher like Floyd Mayweather, you literally bait him in to do that. Basically, I feel like that he has too many mistakes. He's too fundamentally flawed as a fighter. Some fighters have natural gifts and talents, like Roy, where they can actually skip over fundamental skills, and then it'll catch up with them, or they'll run into a fundamentally sound fighter, and then that's where they get exposed. Shane is that type of fighter, where he's a throwback fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he's the type of fighter that once he runs into a person that can box, you start to see him get pretty much taken apart. And that's pretty much leads me back into what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has fought the better competition. Now, what I mean by that, I mean he's fought a more well-rounded type of competition. Pretty much, he's fought slick fighters. He's fought power punchers. He's fought brawlers. He's fought boxer brawlers. He's fought taller fighters. I mean, you name it, he's fought a variety of types of fighters. Whereas pretty much everybody that Shane has fought was pretty much tailor-made for him. They were either straightforward fighters, brawlers, one-dimensional, no lateral movement, or all the above. If you look at his resume, pretty much everybody that he beat, I won't say he cherry-picked, but they were pretty much, those were fights that would showcase him. A lot of people like to bring up the fact that they want to bring up let me say first and foremost, I excuse his performance against Moraga, because Moraga's the type of fighter that if he's in shape, he can get in the ring with any contender any top contender, and they'll look like shit regardless. Because that's the type of fighter he is. He's going to make it his fight. He's going to make you look like shit. You can't look. You're not going to look good against him. You just got to win the best way you can. But I noticed in that fight, Shane also was fearful of his power because he knows that Mark is the type of fighter that one punch could turn it around. So he kind of didn't, you didn't see the really aggressive Shane that we see a lot. But let's go to the Margarito or Margarito fight. People like to bring that fight up when I bring up the Floyd fight, and they're like, "Did you see what he did to Margarita?" And I'm looking like, Floyd is nowhere near the fighter of Margarita. They're totally two different fighters. So I like to look at it basically as a false security because people like to use that. You see what he did to Margarita. What do you think he's going to do to Floyd? And if you guys remember way back when Roy fought Trinidad, it was a lot of people saying, "Oh, the new Roy is back. Roy is back. He's back. He's coming back." Or when he fought what's that fucking bum's name? I can't stand him. Jeff Lacey. Sorry for all you Lacey fans, but when he fought Jeff Lacey and he pretty much just destroyed Lacey, just outpunt everything. Everybody, "Oh, Roy's coming back. Roy is back. He's got it. He's on the comeback." And then he got in the ring, and you saw what happened that first round. Basically, Roy, it goes back into what I was saying where, a fighter can look great against a subpar competition. So against a fighter like Margarita, who's straightforward, one-dimensional, a fighter like Shane, who has fast hands, slow feet but fast hands, good combinations, and he has heart. I'm not taking nothing away from Shane, but he got heart and he got a chin. You know what I'm saying? He got a good chin. He can sit there and trade with Margarita. It can turn into a who's tougher than who match. That type of fight, and more than likely, and he's got a little skill to back it up. Whereas Margarito is kind of limited. I expected him to plow right through Margarito. I didn't expect him. Now I was kind of shocked with the knockout. I was expecting him just to beat on him, either a stoppage or just a 12-round split or unanimous decision. But a lot of people use that as how they look at the fight, and to me that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way to look at this fight. Because Floyd and him are two different fighters. Floyd's not going to engage him like people think. He's not going to engage, and if he does, he's going to pick his shots. Shane does have a height advantage over Floyd, and I feel like his key to winning this fight really is to pressure him, but pressure him in a smart way, I guess, so to speak. Because if you just literally pressure him the whole fight, Floyd is used to that. It would have to be in my opinion, in all honesty, he would have to just choose and pick his spots. If a knockout comes, go for it. But if it doesn't, don't. Because Floyd is the type of fighter. This is one thing I love about Floyd as a boxer. He doesn't go for the knockout all the time. If it's there, he takes it. If it's not, he'll win by points. He doesn't care, which makes sense. Win the fight. Winning is, Vin Diesel said it. It don't matter if it's by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning, So that's what a lot of people confuse. But basically, in a nutshell, to wrap this up, how I see this fight, I see it really a bad fight for Shane. I see Shane looking real old in this fight, honestly. Not take away nothing from him, but I see Floyd literally just breaking him down. I see the first couple of rounds being kind of competitive, with Shane, being kind of explosive and power, and throwing power shots and looking like he's landing, but really isn't landing. I see Floyd using his defense up front. And then after that, I can just see Floyd just pretty much taking a hold of the fight and systematically breaking Shane down to either a 12-round, I see a unanimous decision, or a late stoppage. And I know a lot of people looking at me like I'm crazy, but I can actually, in my mind, see Shane being stopped by Floyd. A lot of people say if Shane hits Floyd, he's going to hurt him. Well, against a fighter of Floyd caliber, anything's possible, but I don't see it happening. Just like Bernard Hopkins. I mean, pretty much everybody said if Kelly Pavlik hits him, he's gonna fall. And I never thought he would. Because my thing is this: when certain things you can count out happening in certain fighters, just by their styles, you can say it's not likely to happen. So that's my prediction. I see the 12-round unanimous decision. Or for the contest, I'm going to say a late stoppage, maybe 10th round. All right, peace.